Yeah, I'll react to that, sure.
Another dog. If your dog looks like the one
What's
that
up,
you just
everyone?
saw in the short clip, then I'd
McJibbin
love for you to meet
here,
Rex.
back with another reaction
This
video
is Rex.
to
Rex
History
has what I like to
Matters.
call an impulse control problem.
Impulse
Where
control.
basically,
Oh,
anytime
nice
he's
dog.
out on a
The UN Security.
Who picked the UN Security Council short animated documentary? Original link to the video down in the description below. Remember to like, subscribe if you think it deserves one, and obviously check out History Matters as well. And always make sure to comment and see what's trying to get nail clippers out of my pocket. Leave a comment for whatever video you want me to watch. It always helps me expand my content into different areas. Let's do it.
The UN Security Council, otherwise known as the We Won World War II Club. Its 5 permanent members are supposed to act as arbiters for international disputes, and as a result of this status have great clout in international affairs. But this raises a question: who picked them? Who decided who got a permanent seat and who didn't? Well, to begin, after World War II, the world was in a bit of a mess. Global powers were diminished, empires were crumbling, and a new conflict was beginning to take shape. The victorious powers of the war were hoping to never repeat the same mistakes again, and to do this they would create a board of international great powers to discuss, arbitrate and vote on resolutions to conflicts between countries before they became wars. This board was to be the UN Security Council, and unlike the failed League of Nations before it, the people who came up with the idea were on board this time. So in early 1945, the original plan for the new Security Council was that it would only have 4 members. They were the USA, the USSR, the United Kingdom and the Republic of China. And it won't surprise you that those members largely picked themselves. And whose participation in the new United Nations surprise you that those members largely picked themselves. And whose participation in the new United Nations were necessary if it was ever going to work. Now, for the US and China, this arrangement worked fine, but for the USSR and for Britain, there were some issues that needed to be worked out. For the USSR, they saw the new council as being dominated by the US and its allies and saw it as an anti-communist farce. They wanted another nation on the council that would say no to the US, otherwise there was little point in any of it. And in response, the US did several things to alleviate the USSR's concerns. As a compromise on membership, the US offered to appoint Brazil as the 5th member, which the USSR refused to agree to because, again, they saw them as being too closely aligned with the West.
Right,
Brazil didn't want to join, so it was a moot point. As for Britain, it had several issues with the current makeup of the Security Council. Its main problem was that as Western Europe's only member of the Council, it looked like its defence would be Britain's responsibility, which Britain did not want because 1, that sounded expensive, and 2, British political and public opinion of Europe at that point was largely that it was something that dragged them into wars. And as such, Churchill pushed for a 5th member: France. The reason was that France wanted a major voice in international relations and would happily do the things that Britain didn't feel like. The USSR agreed with this pick as well, since France was one nation happy to say no to the United States. And with that, France was in, and the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council were picked. And after this, there were only 2 changes to the Council's members. The first was in 1971, when the UN voted for the People's Republic of China to become the officially recognized China. Because let's be real, the Civil War was over by that point and the communist government wasn't going anywhere. The second time was in 1991, when the USSR entered a phase of no longer existing. And as such, Russia took up the USSR's former place, thus giving us the modern permanent membership of the UN Security Council. I hope you enjoyed this episode and
great
thank you
video,
for watching.
awesome. Like I say a lot after I watch History Matters videos, I'm always amazed at how he's just got very simple drawing. It's able to portray funny little scenes, and he tackles these usually massive subjects in 3 minutes and does so just enough and points out just the right amount of stuff that makes you interested enough to want to dig deeper. And I think that's huge and kind of missing in education today, but that's for a different video. Awesome video. I think I'm going to do another one right after this, so keep a lookout for that. See you guys.